Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hi. Today's video, as you can see by the title, is another book haul. I actually had the whole day planned out. I was gonna vlog it, I was gonna get my nails done, I was gonna go to Hobby Lobby, get some fall decorations, and it's like kind of gloomy outside, and I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I'm starting to get a cold, and so I figured let's just stay home, make a book haul, edit it. I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks, so get that uploaded and then read some of these books. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm going to start with the two books that I got by Penelope Douglas, and that is Punk 57 and Birthday Girl. I have read both of these, and so I'll talk about them a little bit. I'll start with Punk 57. So for this one, the two characters got set up with pen pals, and they both have names that sounds like the opposite gender. And so the teachers paired them up thinking they were the same gender, but one was a boy and one was a girl, and for years they just kept in contact by writing letters. They lived 2 towns apart, but they didn't like have each other on social media. They never met up. They didn't know each other. He ends up going and transferring to her school, and he's like kind of mean to her, but she is not like her letters at all. She's kind of a mean person too, and it just kind of shows their relationship. Obviously in the end they find out who each other are, but this is a really good book. I rated it 5 stars. I will have my Goodreads linked down below too if you guys want to see what I rated any of these books. And then Birthday Girl, oh my god, I read this yesterday. I read the back and I was like, okay, this is messed up. I don't know if I'm even gonna like this. But everyone that I watch on BookTube is like, you gotta give this book a chance. It's really good, and it literally is so good. So this one is about Jordan. She is a bartender. She's 19 years old. She's dating a boy named Cole, and on the day of her birthday, he was supposed to come pick her up. He wasn't on time, and so she went to a movie. She met this cute guy at the movie. They kind of just talked. She ended up spilling her wine that she got as a gift, and so she just sat by him, talk to him. Well, then afterwards her boyfriend ended up getting arrested, and after the movie she was like trying to call him, and then all of a sudden he like calls the guy, and that guy ends up being his dad, and then they ended up getting kicked out of their apartment and they move in with his dad. Yeah, so it sounds weird to talk about because it's really weird, but like she ends up falling for the dad and the dad ends up falling for her. But it's not like weird because Cole isn't like this good guy, like she deserves better. But yeah, it's twisted. It's really good. I rated this one at 5 stars too. Okay, next I'm going to talk about Colleen Hoover. I literally got so many of her books. The first one I have here is Heartbones. I also finished this one yesterday morning. I started it the day before yesterday, 2 days ago. I wouldn't say this is my favorite Colleen Hoover book, but it's definitely really good. So her mom is a drug addict. She passes away. She doesn't really know her dad. She was a product of a one-night stand, and so he wasn't really like present too much in her life, and she literally has nowhere else to go. So she calls him up and was like, hey, can I come visit? And he's like, yeah, I'll send you a plane ticket. And so she goes and lives with him. He ends up being like pretty rich. He didn't used to be, but he married a dentist, and she's got a stepsister, and they own a house on the beach. And then she meets her sister's boyfriend, or her stepsister, I guess, her boyfriend, and then he's got a best friend who lives next door. How convenient. And she falls for the boy next door. But there's a huge plot twist in here. I don't want to talk about it too much because if I say any more, it's going to be like very much spoiled. Let's just say he's not who he says he actually is. Not really him. Anyways, I rated this one 5 stars. Really liked it. The next book I got by Colleen Hoover is November 9. This one, it took me a little bit to get like into it, but once I got like in it, I was like, oh my god. I'm pretty sure I read this one in one day too. But this girl, her dad is a famous actor. She was an actress, but when she was 16, she was at her dad's house. Her parents are divorced, and his house caught on fire, and she didn't really stay with her dad much, and so he like kind of forgot that she was there. and she got really burned. She couldn't act anymore, so she started doing voiceovers. Anyway, it was the 2-year anniversary of the fire, and she was out to lunch with her dad, and he was being really mean to her, saying because of her looks, like, she needs to think of a different career, like, she's not going to be on Broadway, she's not going to be an actor anymore. And the guy in the booth behind them was listening to this whole thing, and he swoops in and pretends to be her boyfriend and kind of just fires back at the dad. After the lunch is done, the dad leaves. So after that, they go and they hang out. I'm pretty sure they go get Pinkberry. And they make a plan that for the next 5 years, they will always meet up on November 9th. They can't look each other up on social media. They don't have each other's phone numbers. They just, that one day every year. And then every day on that year, events happen. And yeah, there's a huge twist in this that I literally did not see coming at all. This one I'm pretty sure rated 5 stars too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like I said, my Goodreads is down below, so if you want to see what I rated these books, they're all on there. Also, my glasses, I'm like, I don't have any makeup on today, and I feel like when I don't wear makeup, I like to wear my glasses because I don't know if it like covers my face more or like what. Yeah, the next one that I got is It Ends With Us. This one I feel like so much happens in that I'm just gonna read part of the back of the book, because if I sit here and talk about it, it's literally gonna take me like 20 minutes to talk about everything in this book. But it says Lily hasn't always had it easy, but that's never stopped her from working hard for the life she wants. She's come a long way from the small town in Maine where she grew up. She graduated from college, moved to Boston, and started her own business. So when she feels a spark with a gorgeous neurosurgeon named Ryle Kincaid, everything in Lily's life suddenly seems too good to be true. Ryle is assertive, stubborn, maybe even a little arrogant. He's also sensitive, brilliant, and has a total soft spot for Lily, but Ryle's complete aversion to a relationship is disturbing. As questions about her new relationship overwhelm her, so do the thoughts of Atlas Corrigan, her first love and a link to the past she left behind. He was her kindred spirit, her protector. When Atlas suddenly reappears, everything Lily has built with Ryle is threatened. With this bold and deeply personal novel, Colleen Hoover delivers a heart-wrenching story that breaks exciting new ground for her as a writer. It Ends With Us is an unforgettable tale of love that comes with the ultimate price. Yeah, this is like, I feel like one of these books that like I'm always gonna think about. Same as this one that I'm gonna talk about next. I feel like this is a book that everyone should read. It was really good. I gave this one 5 stars. I think I gave all these books 5 stars. All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. Like I said, this one is another one that just like I feel like everyone should read. It just sticks with you. So this one is about Quinn. She gets off early. She's gonna go surprise her boyfriend, but when she gets to his apartment, there's another boy pacing outside his door, and she's like, who are you? It turns out her boyfriend and the guy in the hallway's girlfriend are in the apartment cheating. And so they just form this connection, and they end up dating. And their relationship isn't always perfect. She struggles with infertility, and it causes a lot of trouble in their relationship. Just like I said, another book that I think everyone should read. Gave this one 5 stars. This one I actually haven't read yet. It's Losing Hope, but I did read Hopeless. I feel like with all these, like, I can't say much about them because like there's such like a plot twist in them. Like if I said it, like it wouldn't pay to read this because you'd already know what's happening. But basically this is the girl's version, this is the boy's version. Read the girl, have not read the boy version. So basically these are about a girl named Sky. She lives with her adoptive mom, and she doesn't allow any like electronics, no newspapers, no TVs, no phones, nothing. And so she's very like cut off from the outside world. She goes to get groceries one day, and this boy just keeps staring at her, and then she even like goes, she's like getting in her car, and he like comes up to her and he's like, what's your name? You look so familiar, like let me see your driver's license, what's your name? And she's like, my name's Sky. And he's like, oh, okay, like wrong person, so sorry. And then she went home, she needed to cool off, so she went on a run, and she like stops to drink some of her water, and it just happened she's right outside this guy's house, and he's coming outside to go on a run. And she kind of just got panicked, and so she ended up like fainting, and then he had to bring her inside. And then he offered to run with her every morning just to make sure like she's fine, she doesn't faint again, she's safe. And her mom's like, okay, yeah, like that's fine. He just starts to really get to know her. They start dating. Then something huge happens. This huge secret just comes out of nowhere. And that's all I'm going to say about this, because you need to read it because it's so good. Like I said, I haven't read this one, but I really need to read it. The next one I have not read yet, and it's Confess. I'll just read the back of this one since, like I said, I haven't read it, don't know what it's about. It says, Auburn Reed has lost everything important to her in her fight to rebuild her shattered life. She has her goals in sight and there is no room for mistakes. But when she walks into a Dallas art studio in search of a job, she doesn't expect to find a deep attraction to the artist who works there, Owen Gentry. For once, Autumn takes a chance and puts her heart in control, only to discover that Owen is keeping a major secret from coming out. The magnitude of his past threatens to destroy everything Auburn loves most, and the only way to get her life back on track is to cut Owen out of it. To save the relationship, all Owen needs to do is confess, but in this case, the confession would be much more destructive than the actual sin. So yeah, that's what this one's about. I like this one because it like actually shows like his art in it, I'm assuming. Like I said, I haven't read it, but there's like art in the book. And then I got this one too. This is the last book that I got by Colleen Hoover in this book haul, and it's Maybe Someday. This one I think is a series. I'll read the back of this one. At 22 years old, Sydney is enjoying a great life. She's in college, working a steady job, in love with her wonderful boyfriend Hunter, and rooming with her best friend Tori. But everything changes when she discovers that Hunter is cheating on her, and she's forced to decide what her next move should be. Soon, Sydney finds herself captivated by her mysterious and attractive neighbor, Ridge. She can't take her eyes off him or stop listening to the passionate way he plays his guitar every evening out on his balcony. And there's something about Sydney that Ridge can't ignore either. They soon find themselves needing each other in more ways than one. So, I'm excited to read this one. So yeah, okay, that is all my Colleen Hoover books. Now I'm moving over to Erin Watt. I've got a few of her books here, which I didn't actually know this, but oh gosh, I'm gonna forget the other girl's name. But this is like not a real person. It's like Elle Kennedy and one other girl. I think her name is Jennifer something. But they like came together to write these books, and the name Erin Watt came from Aaron Rodgers and what's the other, the Watt football player, its last name's Watt. Anyway, that's where they came up with the name, so I thought that was cool. Anyway, first one I got is When It's Real. This one is about a famous movie star. His life's a little crazy. He's trying to get a record deal, but his life is a constant like party going out, and the record label guy, producer, is like, you need to like calm down and like find yourself before I'm ever gonna like work with you and give you another album. So he is forced to get a fake girlfriend. It's a really cute book. It reminds me of something that I used to read on like Wattpad, like the young girl getting set up with Justin Bieber, you know. Yeah, it was really good. Definitely recommend this one. I'm pretty sure I give it 5 stars too. I don't think I've given a book 4 stars in a while. Next up, I got the first 3 books in the Paper Princess series. So, Paper Princess, Broken Prince, and Twisted Palace. These ones are about a girl named Ella. Her mom was a stripper. She passed away. Her dad, she doesn't know. And so, one day at school, this guy comes in. He's like, I'm your guardian. Like, we're going home. And she's like, I've never seen you before. Like, no. But he ends up taking her anyway, and they go to his house, and he's got 5 sons, and they all hate her. And so this is just her story trying to fit in at her new prep school, trying to find her place with all these boys, and she does end up falling for one, and that's where these other 2 books kind of go. This one ends on a cliffhanger, and it picks up in this one. And then this one, actually, it was very different than the first 2 because someone actually gets murdered. And so this one is like talking about the murder. This series was so good. There is 2 more books about another brother too. There actually might be 3 more books, I think, maybe. But I don't have those ones, but I do want to get them eventually. So the next one I have here is Until It Fades by K.A. Tucker. This one I haven't read yet, so I'm just going to read the back of it. 24-year-old truck stop waitress and single mother Catherine Wright has simple goals: to give her 5-year-old daughter a happy life and to never again be the talk of the town of Boston, Pennsylvania. Population 3,000 outside of tourist season. And then one foggy night on a lonely road back from another failed date, Catherine saves a man's life. It isn't until after the police have arrived that Catherine realizes exactly who it is she has rescued. Brett Madden, hockey icon and media darling. Catherine has already had her 15 minutes of fame, and the last thing she wants to do is have her past dragged back into the spotlight, especially on a national stage. So she hides her identity. It works for a time. But when she finds the man she saved standing on her doorstep, desperate to think her, all that changes. There's an immediate connection, and it's more electric than the bond of 2 people who endured a traumatic event. It's something neither of them expected, something that Catherine isn't sure she can handle, something she is afraid to trust. Because how long can an extraordinary man like Brett be interested in an ordinary woman like Catherine before the spark fades? So I'm really excited to read this one. I love books when there's like someone famous in them, like this one. And so I'm excited to read this one. It took me a long time to try to like work up the courage to buy this one because the cover is cringy. And like I still live at home with my family, and so I'm like, I don't want to like be sitting downstairs and reading this book, and my mom's like, oh, what kind of books do you read? And then right after I bought it, I heard they're like redesigning all the covers, so there's like not the naked men on them. And I'm like, of course that would happen to me. So I'm putting off buying the rest of the series until the new covers come out. But this is the Addicted series slash the Calloway Sisters series, I want to say. This is the Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I haven't read this one yet. Well, I shouldn't say that. I read a little bit of it, but my bookmark fell out, so I honestly don't remember where I am. So I'll probably just start from the beginning. But I'll read the back. She's addicted to sex and he's addicted to booze. The only way out is rock bottom. No one would suspect Charlie Calloway's biggest secret. While everyone is dancing at college bars, Lily stays in the bathroom to get laid. Her compulsion leads her to one-night stands, steam hookups, and events that she shamefully regrets. The only person who knows her secrets happens to have one of his own. Lauren Hale's best friend is his bottle of bourbon. Lily comes at a close second. For 3 years, they've pretended to be in a real relationship, hiding their addictions from their families. They've mastered the art of concealing fuss and random guys that filter in and out of their apartment. But as they sink beneath the weight of their addictions, they cling harder to their destructive relationship and wonder if a life together for real is better than a lie. Strangers and family begin to infiltrate their guarded lives, and with new challenges, they realize they may not just be addicted to alcohol and sex. Their real vice may be each other. This one seems so good. I know a lot of people love this series. You know what I should do is wait to read this until I know the new covers have come out, because I know if I read this, I'm going to want to read the rest of the series, and so I'll have to buy them all with a naked man. But yeah, maybe I'll wait to read this one until I know for sure the other covers are there. And then the last book that I bought is Always and Forever, Laura Jean. If you watched my last book haul, I got the first and the second book in the series, and I found this one at Target. It's $10.99, but it was 20% off, and then I have the Target red card, so it's like technically 25% off. I figured I might as well just get this one. I haven't read the first two yet, but now since I have the third, I'm definitely going to read them. Okay, that is all my books in my haul. Like I said, I was planning to go to Barnes & Noble today, but now that I see all these books that I still need to read and I have a whole bunch on my shelf over there, I think I'm just gonna stay home and read. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you guys are reading any books right now, definitely let me know which ones you're reading. I love to know what other people are reading, or if you know of any books that you think I would like based on the ones I showed you today or I've showed you in the past, definitely let me know. Yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.